have I seen a situation where doing less than the other guy is a good strategy. The best thing about the past is learning what not to take into the future. The minute you decide to do what you love to do, you have made a life plan for yourself and a career choice. We avoid the things that we're afraid of because we think there will be dire consequences if we confront them. But the truly dire consequences in our lives come from avoiding things that we need to learn about or discover. Not everything that weighs you down is yours to carry. Talent is cheaper than table salt. What separates the talented individual from the successful one is a lot of hard work. You can't build a reputation for what you're going to do. Do the best you can until you know better. Then, when you know better, do better. You can have anything you want if you are willing to give up the belief that you can't have it. When opportunities knock on your door, don't wait too long to decide, because when you take too much time, the decision will be made for you. Typically, this will not be to your benefit. The person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person who is doing it. It's better to be an optimist who is sometimes wrong than a pessimist who is always right. Challenges are what make life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. There is only one thing more painful than learning from experience, and that is not learning from experience. Happiness is not having what you want. It is appreciating what you have. There is only one way to avoid criticism. Do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. Most obstacles melt away when you decide to walk boldly through them. You may be disappointed if you fail, but you are doomed if you don't try. Every day you spend at work is a foundation for your future. You have no control over other people's tastes, so focus on staying true to your own. The best way to predict your future is to create it. If you hear a voice within you say, "You cannot paint," then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. The way to develop self-confidence is to do the thing you fear and get a record of successful experiences behind you. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Maturity is not when we start speaking big things. It is when we start understanding small things. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. In the end, it is important to remember that we cannot become what we need to be. by remaining what we are. If you don't have a goal in mind, you can't expect to achieve it. If you really want the key to success, start by doing the opposite of what everyone else is doing. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do, and attitude determines how well you do it. Wisdom equals knowledge plus courage. You have to not only know what to do and when to do it, but you have to also be brave enough to follow through. Whatever we believe about ourselves and our ability comes true for us. What lies behind us is what lies before us, are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. The consequences of today are determined by the actions of the past. To change your future, alter your decisions today. If life were predictable, it would cease to be life and be without flavor. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or if we wait for some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Wanting to be someone else is a waste of the person you are. A person who never made a mistake, never tried anything new. Enjoy the little things, for one day you may look back and realize they were the big things. Never miss an opportunity to make others happy, even if you have to leave them alone to do it. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. The only impossible journey is the one you never begin. Nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal. Nothing on earth can help the man with the wrong mental attitude. Focus on yourself and your goals, and don't get distracted by dishonesty and disloyalty from people who only waste your time and energy. People with ambition don't give a damn what other people think of them. Yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow is ours to win or lose. Ships don't sink because of the water around them. Ships sink because of the water that gets in them. Don't let what's happening around you get inside you and weigh you down. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. Incredible change happens in your life when you decide to take control of what you do have power over, instead of craving control over what you don't. Successful people have fear. Successful people have doubts. And successful people have worries. They just don't let these feelings stop them. Life is what we make it. Always has been, always will be. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. It's the pain and failure that teaches you the best lesson in life and motivates you to rebuild yourself and stand again with a robust faith. Knowledge is learning something every day. Wisdom is letting go of something every day. You cannot do a kindness too soon, because you never know how soon it will be too late. Low self-confidence isn't a life sentence. Self-confidence can be learned, practiced, and mastered, just like any other skill. Once you master it, everything in your life will change for the better. Obstacles can't stop you. Problems can't stop you. Most of all, other people can't stop you. Only you can stop you. You define your own life. Don't let other people write your script. Preoccupied with a single leaf, you won't see the tree. Always be yourself and have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and try to duplicate it. When it comes to your dreams, every risk is worth it. Gain control of your time, and you will gain control of your life. I cannot give you a formula for success, but I can give you the formula for failure, which is try to please everybody. It is not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. In our lives, change is unavoidable. Loss is unavoidable. In the adaptability and ease with which we experience change lies our happiness and freedom. Confidence comes from not always being right, but not fearing to be wrong. Forget yesterday. It has already forgotten you. Don't sweat tomorrow you haven't even met. Instead, open your eyes and your heart to a truly precious gift today. The acquisition of knowledge doesn't mean you're growing. Growing happens when what you know changes how you live. To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. You get in life what you have the courage to ask for. If you want to be happy, set a goal that commands your thoughts, liberates your energy, and inspires your hopes. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit at home and think about it. Go out and get busy. Greatest success comes just one step beyond the point at which defeat overtakes you. A man always has two reasons for doing anything: a good reason and the real reason. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Learn to sit back and observe. Not everything needs a reaction. Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. Acknowledging the good that you already have in your life is the foundation for all abundance. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. It is never too late to be what you might have been. As soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live. What would you attempt to do if you knew you would not fail? The future. That's when you'll be sorry for everything you could have done today but didn't. Trust yourself. You know more than you think you do. Just because something is hard to obtain doesn't mean that it's valuable. If you set your goals ridiculously high and it's a failure, you will fail above everyone else's success. The past shows what you've done. The future will show what you learned. You've got to know when it's time to turn the page. Forgive yourself for accepting less than you deserved, but don't do it again. Nobody ever wrote down a plan to be broke, fat, lazy, or stupid. Those things are what happen when you don't have a plan. You can only lose what you cling to. Expecting life to treat you well because you are a good person is like expecting an angry bull not to charge because you are a vegetarian. You can't fall if you don't climb, but there's no joy in living your whole life on the ground. The art of living lies less in eliminating our troubles than in growing with them. We are products of our past, but we don't have to be prisoners of it. A man who wants to lead the orchestra must turn his back on the crowd. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. We master our future with experiences from our past. Whenever you find yourself doubting how far you can go, just remember how far you have come. Remember everything you have faced, all the battles you have won, and all the fears you have overcome. Map out your future, but do it in pencil. The road ahead is as long as you make it. Make it worth the trip. If you are not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. The only people with whom you should try to get even are those who have helped you. No matter how many goals you have achieved, you must set your sights on a higher one. Not how long, but how well you have lived is the main thing. Stop chasing the money and start chasing the passion. Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. Here's how to get older without getting better. Keep relearning the same lesson. If you keep making the same mistake over and over, the mistake isn't the problem. You are. Much of the stress that people feel doesn't come from having too much to do. It comes from not finishing what they've started. When one door of happiness closes, another opens. But often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one that has been opened for us. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. If you are willing to do more than you are paid to do, eventually you will be paid to do more than you do. Opportunities don't happen. You create them. The future is called perhaps, which is the only possible thing to call the future. The important thing is not to allow that to scare you. Success is the same sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. Only put off until tomorrow what you are willing to die having left undone. You can't get to a place that you don't believe exists. Keep on going, and the chances are that you will stumble on something, perhaps when you are least expecting it. I have never heard of anyone ever stumbling on something sitting down. If you spend your life trying to be good at everything, you will never be great at anything. Don't ever take a fence down until you know the reason why it was put up. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. There is no stress in the world, only people thinking stressful thoughts and then acting on them. We can have peace if we let go of wanting to change the past and wanting to control the future. You cannot judge what should bring others joy. The others cannot judge what should bring you joy. A good plan violently executed now is better than a perfect plan executed next week. Confidence is a habit that can be developed by acting as if you already have the confidence you desire to have. Motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. Keep your fears to yourself, but share your courage with others. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. The difference between who you are and what you want to be is what you do. If you want to achieve excellence, you can get there today. As of this second, quit doing less than excellent work. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the ones most responsive to change. Success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Be content to act and leave the talking to others. Most of us are just about as happy as we make up our minds to be. If you are more fortunate than others, it's better to build a longer table than a taller fence. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Don't blow off another's candle, for it won't make yours shine brighter. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. The only time you run out of chances is when you stop taking them. A successful man is one who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks others have thrown at him. You can do what you have to do, and sometimes you can do it even better than you think you can. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. If we all did the things we are capable of doing, we would literally astound ourselves. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. You are not what you think you are. You are not what others think you are. You are what you think others think you are. If a fellow isn't thankful for what he's got, he isn't likely to be thankful for what he's going to get. Never be limited by other people's limited imaginations. If you start to think the problem is out there, stop yourself. That thought is the problem. Anything in life that we don't accept will simply cause trouble for us until we make peace with it. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. The moment you doubt whether you can fly, you cease forever to be able to do it. Keep your face always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you.